Good day, everyone. This is Coach Reese coming at you with another great video. I hope that you guys, I hope all is well with you and your family and that you're enjoying your day. Today, I'm going to be talking about a very sensitive topic. I'm going to be talking about the word nigger, okay? And it's just my personal opinion. I absolutely despise the word nigger. When I think of the word nigger, I think of folks in this country being hung on the trees, various trees throughout our country, and other folks screaming the N word out to them as they're hanging those folks. I also think about, some folks that were, I think I remember hearing about a story of a person being drugged behind a car, okay? And I'm assuming that the individuals driving the vehicle were screaming the N word. And I also think about folks in this country that were hosed to the wall of a convenience store or a building. I remember seeing vivid film footage of folks being hosed down by a fire hose. Now, I just want to let you young people know, I used to work for the fire department, and the hoses on a fire truck, when water is dispersed from a fire hose, is extremely powerful and extremely dangerous volumes, high volume of water leaving that hose, okay? And it's very dangerous. You can either cause serious injury to people if you point that hose at an individual, and it's just not good to point that hose at people, because, like I say, you can seriously hurt them. But like I say, you had folks that worked for the fire department back in the day that purposely hosed down other folks in this country. They would pin them up against a convenience store or a wall of a building and just keep the fire hose on the individuals, pinning them up against the wall. And that's absolutely horrific, okay? So it's just my personal opinion. The word nigger is used to undervalue and marginalize and underestimate some people in this country, okay? And it despises me to even fix myself to say that word because of all the pain and suffering that is behind that word, okay? So I just want to let you know, young people, that you should not allow anyone to call you a nigger, nor should you call someone a nigger, okay? Because from the simple fact that it's just a bad word to use. I categorize the word nigger as a curse word, in my opinion. It's a very harsh word that should not be used by anyone, okay? If someone calls you a nigger, you just ignore them, right? Don't entertain the ignorance. Don't entertain the foolishness. What you do is you get to a private location and you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, I am not a nigger. My name, if you're a male, you say my name is King Richard or King John or King Louis, whatever your first name is, okay, as a male. If you're a young lady, you ignore them. Don't entertain foolishness, okay? When you get to a private location, you look at yourself in the mirror and you say that, whatever your first name is, young ladies, you say, my name is Queen Sarah, or my name is Queen Marie, or my name is Queen Judy, okay? So basically, don't call anyone the N word, or don't accept the N word as a label upon yourself, okay? I want you to do those two things, okay? Don't ever call anyone the N word, okay? And don't ever accept anyone calling you the N-word. And I'm not trying to say that you confront them. What I simply mean is you ignore them, like I just previously said, and you go to a private location to make that a correction. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and place a label upon yourself. Okay. I just want you young people to know this. You guys, every single one of you are sure greatness. There's greatness within you. You know what I'm saying? And it's just my personal opinion. I'm a person that has a strong faith in God. Okay. I believe that God doesn't make mistakes. Okay. And God created each of y'all young people for a serious purpose. You know what I'm saying? Some of you guys are going to grow up to be doctors. Some of you guys are going to grow up to be lawyers. Some of you guys are going to grow up to be engineers or pastors or what have you. You have a predestined purpose, if you will, for your life. And it's your job to find out that your calling and to find out who you are as a person. Okay. What I'm going to do is I encourage you guys to research the word nigger. The word nigger has been embedded in history for, for a sick reason, just my opinion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a name of a master teacher that will help you fully understand the origin of the word nigger. And I believe that he will also encourage you not to use that word. Okay. His name is Dr. Kaba Kamenti. Dr. Kaba Kamenti has sacrificed a lot of his life dedicated to history. I believe Dr. Kaba was a grade school teacher. I believe he taught grade school kids in New York City. And then once he retired from teaching, he continued to do his research on history. Okay. And so if you young people do your research, Dr. Kaba Kamenti will thoroughly explain the origin of the word nigger, and he will help you have a clear understanding of its meaning. And, he will also probably caution you not to use it. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and get started in my video today. I'm on fire today because, like I say, I absolutely hate that word. And, it just has a very negative meaning in the Black community, there's other words that you can use, young people, if you do your research. I just want to say this. If you're planning on being a doctor or lawyer, you need to eliminate the N word in your vocabulary. Okay. That if you use the N word in your professional life as a doctor or lawyer, it says a lot about your character. Okay. And so when you're a doctor or lawyer, you want to stand out in the community as a good Samaritan, if you will, a person that is willing to help everyone. And so when you use the N word, some people may take offense. I do. I take offense to it. And I would not want to have you render any health care to me as a doctor if you use the N word, nor would I need any of your legal advice. Okay. And so when you get into your career and as you grow in life, you need to use other words instead of using the N word or cursing. Those two things are a definite no-no, and you should keep those two things, keep the N word and keep cursing out of your vocabulary. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to get started in my letter today. As you could tell, young people, I'm on fire because, when you use the N word, it is very ignorant. It is very foolish to use that word. I think about When I think about the N word, sometimes, I think about how my grandmother told me the story of how she was walking down a dirt road and she heard a motorist come up on her. And then she said the motorist intentionally splashed a puddle of water on her, and I'm almost positive they probably said the word nigger, or they at least thought about it. Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you, the N word has a very bad negative history, in my family, and I'm quite sure it has a bad negative history in this country as well. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and get started with the letter today. The title of my letter is "My Name Is Not Nigger. It is King Gregory or Queen Sarah." Excuse me. My name is not Nigger. It is King Gregory or Queen Sarah. I absolutely hate the word nigger. From this point on, I will only address this word as the N word. Now, in some communities, this word is celebrated. I must admit, even I use the N word as a sign of brotherhood when talking amongst family and friends. I was conditioned to use the N word by simply listening to my family and friends say it over and over again in conversations. I remember hearing the N word also in music. I thought it was cool to recite the lyrics to music that I had heard the artist saying the N word over and over again. Then my eyes were opened and I realized the negative history of the N word. And I promised myself that I will never say that word again. The N word is used to place a bad label on some people in this country. The N word was used to brainwash some folks mentally. When you look at a dog on a leash, think of the N word. The N word was pounded into some folks in this country by forcing them to farm, cook, or do anything else that the slave master wanted done. A dog on a leash is treated the same way. The dog is forced to obey. Yes, some folks in this country were labeled as dogs or the N word. The N word is used as a cultural conditioning tool to undervalue, underestimate, and marginalize some folks in this country. The primary goal of the slave master was to control the slave mentally, spiritually, and physically. The slave master's primary goal was to break and beat the slave down to a pulp until the slave was transformed into a dog. At this point, the slave was conditioned to obey and make the slave master wealthy. Now, if someone calls you the N word, you have a basic understanding of its meaning. If you are ever called the N word, do not confront or argue with the person. Just politely ignore them. Do not say the N word to them. Just say a silent prayer to yourself. I am not the N word. My name is King James or Queen Sarah. You are considered royalty, and you must label yourself as royalty. Do not let no one try to control your destiny. You are somebody. You are amazing. No one can place a label on you kings and queens. Okay, young people, that concludes my letter for today. And at the end of my videos, I always want to touch on three important things. One of the things, I have 3 important points dealing with wisdom. And then I also want to deal with the issue of critical thinking. And then at the very end of my video, I always have an ending statement of practice. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started with my 3 points on wisdom. Point number 1, wise people are good listeners. Wise people are good listeners. Okay. Point number 2, wise people have the thirst or desire to learn good knowledge and spiritual knowledge. Point number 3, wise people have the courage to teach their wisdom. Okay. So young people, I encourage you to do your research on the wisdom. And I really hope and pray that you guys will have a thirst or desire to learn wisdom. You know what I'm saying? The one thing about wisdom, it makes you a stronger person spiritually and mentally. Okay. And that's what you need in this society in order to be a good person. That's just my opinion. Okay. Now I'm going to go talk about critical thinking. Okay. And my statement is this: always be a critical thinker, especially when making big decisions. Always be a critical thinker, especially when making big decisions. And so, young people, I encourage you guys to talk to your parents about the issue of critical thinking, and your parents will help you navigate between the difference of making big decisions and minor decisions. Okay. I'm just going to conclude the video by reciting my ending statement of practice. Okay. I love you. I want the best for you, young people. I want you to practice using love and wisdom in all that you do. Life is a game that you must learn how to play. Practicing love and wisdom with your family, friends, and loved ones creates a powerful team. Love conquers all, even if you feel defeated, young people. So, young people, I encourage you to keep loving and keep growing in wisdom, and God will bless you in a mighty way. Young people, I encourage you guys to hit the thumbs up button. I encourage you, young people, to share this content with family and friends and loved ones. And young people, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. At the end of the day, young people, I want you to accomplish your goals and dreams in life. As long as it is 100% productive, I am with you 110%. And also, young people, I encourage you to do the best, be the best person that you can possibly be every day of your life. Okay. Always strive to be the best person that you can possibly be every day of your life. And if you do that, young people, you will be successful at some point in your life. Okay. Okay, young people, I'm just going to go ahead and conclude this video and saying this: God bless you, and may God keep you until we meet again.